So what are the other ways is it possibly to help them to break through their fictional stories they've been telling themselves probably all their life?
Yeah. So here are 4 steps. Number 1, you must become aware of limiting beliefs that are lies that are holding you back from taking the actions you need to take in your life. That's step number 1. You need to become aware of the limiting beliefs. And by the way, we're unaware. Even you and I today, Kelly, we're effective coaches. We help people all the time discover and eliminate limiting beliefs all of the time. But even you and I have limiting beliefs today.
Yes, we do.
And you and I both are unaware of at least 80% of the beliefs that we have that are holding us back from living the next level of what God has prepared for us.
Yeah.
So step number 1 is you have to become aware. And I'm going to come back to that in just a moment. But I want to just quickly say that step number 2 is once you become aware of what the limiting belief is, you have to discover what was the source of it. And because it's important for you to realize, where did that belief come from? All right. Then you can say, listen, I no longer choose to believe that. Maybe I thought that was true at the time, but you know what? Come to think of it, that's not the only logical conclusion to that experience.
Yeah.
I've lived a life now to where I see other opportunities. And so I no longer believe that. So step number 3, after you discover the source, is to eliminate it. So remove that belief from your system. All right. And then to be able to do that, you want to be able to fill the vacuum. You need to actually say, what is the opposite belief, or what is an empowering belief that I can replace that with, that I will always remember? And I will say, for example, oh, I can't afford that. So that's a limiting belief. An empowering alternative is, I always have plenty of money for everything I truly want in life. But I want to go back to step number 1. How do you become aware of limiting beliefs? And real quickly, I'm going to tell you the first thing you need to do is start dreaming. You need to actually start dreaming big dreams. What do I want out of life? If I could have anything I want, and I want my life to be whatever, physically, what do I want my body to be 2-3 years from now? Well, for me, that might have been, I wanted to lose 100 pounds. All right. And it was, by the way, and I've done it. What do I want? What do I want out of life? Maybe it's, I want to go from $7,000 a month income in my business to $20,000 a month income in my business. That's really what I want. All right. So you have a dream. All right. So once you have your dream in mind, what is it you want out of life? Then you ask yourself a couple questions. What's 1, 2, or 3 things that I should start doing to get me one step closer to that dream becoming a reality? You're always going to come up with reason or answers to that question. There are always steps. It doesn't matter how small, how big. There's always going to be 1, 2, or 3 steps that you can take within the next 24 hours, within the next 7 days, within the next 30 days, within the next 3 months, 6 months, year. There's always answers to the things you know you could do to get you one step closer to that dream becoming a reality. Then ask yourself this question: why haven't you already started doing those things? And Kelly, here's what happens every single time when I ask my client, they give me something called an excuse. And so I remember, repeat after me. All beliefs have consequences. Repeat that after me, Kelly. All beliefs
has consequences.
All right. I want you to repeat this after me. All excuses expose beliefs.
All excuses expose beliefs.
There you go. So if I ask you, what do you need to start doing in your business to get closer to that? And you tell me, and then I ask you, why haven't you already started? You're going to start telling me, you're going to start creating stories, or you're going to tell me the stories you've created, AKA excuses. And I'm going to tell you why all of that needs to be filed into the into the fiction section of the library.
Yeah.
All right. And we're going to discover the source of where did you come up with that idea? Where did you come up with the belief that you couldn't do that? Where did you come up with the belief that you're not worthy, that you're not qualified? That why do you think that people wouldn't listen to you? Instead, they should go to somebody else who has more experience. Where did you come up with those beliefs? And we're going to eliminate every single one of them. All right. And then, of course, I'm going to ask you another very important question. What's 1, 2, or 3 behaviors or actions that you need to stop doing, or streams of income that you need to kill in your business so that you can get closer to that goal or that dream? All right. And they're going to always come up with 1 or 2, 3 behaviors or actions or streams of income that they need to shut down, that they need to put an end to. And when they come up with them, I'm going to say, why haven't you already stopped? And they're going to tell me their excuses, and all excuses expose beliefs. And I'm going to work through belief by belief, excuse by excuse, and explain to them why all of that has to be filed in the fiction section of the library.
Yeah. So it's almost, I see it in my vision is like a cycle, that when we start to expose those beliefs, so we can go back to dealing with the beliefs. And then when we start to make excuses, that we then know there is somewhere come from the beliefs, and then obviously why will come out those beliefs. So this is really powerful. Will you then suggest, say, okay, then let's start to, because now there's a vacuum existing now. So we need to fill up the positive thing. It's just a little bit like a Bible, right? When the demon possess the person, when demon all go out, and then we need to fill in the positive things. So what would you say is anything like habit building linked to this when we started the stage of execution?
Yeah, I'll just give you one quick answer. I have about 3 to 5 1 hour long each answers to that, but I will give you one quick answer.
Sure.
And the one thing is to write down a list of the things that you believe.
Mm-hmm.
And what I would encourage you to do is to review that list every single day. So whenever you've established that, man, I found this limiting belief. I used to believe I don't have the money to pay for my daughter's college. I don't have the money to afford the car that would replace the less reliable car for my child. I don't have the money for that. That's an old belief. Yeah. And I might write that down, and I might cross through it. And below that, I'm going to write, I always have plenty of money for all the things I truly want. And I may actually review that every single day. And I may choose to actually completely ignore the one that's been crossed out and only focus on the alternative empowering belief. We can call this a practice of daily affirmations if you want. Some people struggle with that. But here's what I will tell you. You have to condition what you believe. You need to be intentional about what you believe. And what you believe will determine what you achieve in life.
And if you like this video and this episode, please make sure you like, subscribe, and share with others so more crisis center leaders have the opportunity to consume this type of valuable content. Before I go, I just want to remind you that you can click on the screen to go to the next business growth videos, and I will see you in the next episode.